Hello and welcome to Cloud Monday. It's a new game now, and it's G-Police. The PS1 game has been released on PS4 and PS5. Yeah, Signosis. I have a bit of history with this game. It's a game I actually had on PlayStation, and it's a game I did terrible at. You have to remember, I was very young back then, and this isn't the most simplest game.
2057. Earth's resources are completely depleted. A race to claim every ore-bearing rock in the solar system begins.
Oh, this gave me goosebumps. I remember this.
2079. Tension grows as opposing nations compete for ever-declining resources and expand their military capabilities in space. 2085. Eurofed Deep Space Survey ship Argo is impounded by SDRAF coalition forces. 3 ships are destroyed in the ensuing police action. Negotiations fail, and war breaks out. 2086. The war escalates, and military resources on all sides are rapidly depleted. 2087. The final fleet action takes place at Nereus Harbor, orbiting Neptune. Within days, the battle is finished. Damaged and badly irradiated, the flagship Damocles is the only cruiser to survive the conflict. The war is over. Powerful multinational corporations unite to take control and restore order to the tatters of society. With little remaining military or financial resources, Earth's governments are stripped of their powers and are forced to demilitarize. The construction of capital-class armed spacecraft is outlawed. 2089. The corporations continue the exploitation of space, making vast profits to further strengthen their position. Earth's coalition government is allowed to create a multinational force to keep order in the colonies. The government police are born.
Hence G-Police. How cool was that cinematic intro? 2097 now. Of course, talk in the comments if you played the game on PS1 or your memories, but more importantly, did you ever beat it? Because like I said, I never did. I think I only got like an hour into this game at most. It's like the difficulty spiked pretty quick. You're having to manage. I don't think this was an analog game. I think it was like a base controller game. But don't quote me on that. I'm not entirely sure. I just remember the controls being, for someone as young as I was, like 10 or 11 or 12. I just remember it being difficult to control and having to switch between the weapons and aiming and whatever. So I'm hoping that perhaps the controls have been adapted a little bit for this. I mean, the cinematics aren't full screen, so I'm not going to change that. It's still 4x3, and even 4x3 is not full screen. But you can still clearly see what's happening. It's really funny how excited I am to play this.
I never intended to join the G-Police. A lot of vets did after the collapse, but I'd seen enough killing. And killing's what it's all about. When they first hit the colonies, the G-Police operated like any other Earth-based force. They got slaughtered by the truckload, and it was clear that the frontiers required more forceful policing. Close air support was introduced in the shape of the AG-60 Havoc. I'd flown these babies on Mars during the war, and they were past their prime even then. Lack of funding from Earth means that these ships are still in frontline service. Second-hand machines formed by second-hand crews. Which doesn't make the job any easier. G-Police are supposed to represent government authority in the colonies, but I knew the score. Most smart cops did now. Keep the population under control and try and turn a blind eye to any shady corporation deals. G-Police are all volunteers, usually vets with time on their hands. There's a few high-minded idealists who think they can make a difference, but the majority are just running from problems back on Earth. The G-Police ask no questions. If you're willing and you're up to it, you're in. Elaine Slater was one of the idealists. She was on her 4th tour as a Havoc pilot on Callisto, and now she's dead. Another good cop among many. They don't keep count anymore, but Elaine Slater was different. She was my sister. The inquiry gave a verdict of suicide linked to stress and depression. I didn't buy that. Elaine had won commendations for closing a couple of big cases, and she'd even hinted at a new romance. Depression just didn't fit the picture. If I didn't believe the suicide verdict, that left only one option. Someone murdered her and went to the trouble of covering it up. I had to know the truth. With a couple of street contacts and most of my savings, I bought a new identity and signed up as a Havoc pilot in the colonies. My military record got me a posting to the main hotspot, Callisto, to Elaine's old unit. I knew I'd have to watch my back out there. If anyone found out I was Elaine's brother, I was as good as dead.
Welcome to Callisto, Mr. Taylor. I'm Commander Horton, and I run this operation. I don't know who you were trying to fool with that false name, Bull Slater, but it's not gonna work on me.
I'd met some of the pilots already. They seemed pleasant enough. Horton was another story. A horror story. He talked tough and looked tougher. That hunk of tin hanging around his brain hadn't slowed him down, though. He'd spotted my phony ID and was not impressed. Arriving on the same flight as the internal affairs investigator hadn't earned me any brownie points either. It was plain that my new commander didn't trust me. That was okay. I wasn't too sure about him either. As I listened to Horton, I noticed the medals he wore. A vet from the Naris action. No wonder he looked half dead. Well, then it clicked. He was the Horton, the last great fleet captain. What the hell was he doing in this backwater?
I don't trust you, Slater, and I'm gonna be watching you like a hawk. Your first briefing is tomorrow at 0500 hours in the main briefing room. In the meantime, I suggest you take a look at your unit's database and familiarize yourself with it. That's all for now, Slater. Dismissed.
It's a lot of stories so far. We did have a brief bit of grey on the screen. Look how crisp that looks. Yeah, the grey is basically what I call a stream tear. You have to remember, this is a video, and it's been streamed to me from PlayStation. So it's like, instead of 30 frames per second, one of those frames didn't quite have all the information, and the default seems to be just to output grey where there's no information. That's why it's up there for like a blink of an eye. So, what will be interesting is how this works as a game being streamed, considering how old it is. Oh, wow, this is the nostalgia, the memories is really kicking in. Sound. Oh, I don't want controller. That's my stick drift. You see that triangle back? Yeah, that's how long ago we are. Turn background up. Stereo, yep. Graphics. What can we do here? Frame rates. Oh, you see? I don't remember playing around with this. That seems to be the default. Let's leave it like that. Kind of across middle, across the board. Back. You see, there's no save option. So I'm going to hit options on the controller and do a save here. And that's the benefit of these PS1 games. I don't think it worked. I think I hit the wrong button. Whoops, wrong button. Oh no, it's saved. Okay. Yeah. With PlayStation Plus Premium Cloud Streaming Service, the key thing you have to remember is if there's an issue with the stream, whether your end, Sony's end, or whatever, you get a 20-second warning and then you're kicked off. So every game we play, one of the key things we have to do is see, can we manually save? Yes, we can, because of the new PS1 to PS4 5 feature. We just hit options, we can rewind, we can save, and we've got settings. So, what do we have here? Modern. I don't know why modern makes it darker. Ooh. Scan lines. It's like default makes it. I want modern with the brightness of default. Not useful. Video. I got 6:9. Okay. Native resolution. Yeah, that's how small it is. We could stretch it out, but you can see it doesn't look quite good. Square pixels doesn't look great either. So I can either have it a little stretched or not stretched. Let's do it that one. I got a 16:9 TV here. And might as well just save that. Now, because of my past history of the game, I'm pretty sure there's a very small tutorial, if there is one. I think training is here specifically to be the tutorial. So let's try this. Man, gee please, they talk about all these wars. It could have been a whole series of games. Imagine G Police on PSP could have been one of those wars, one of those major battles. We could have had a PS Vita version. That could have been so much more to this series. But 1997, I think that's when this one came out, I think was right near the end of Psygnosis. Either like Sony buying them? I can't quite remember, if I'm honest. Hoops Mark Course, Fly Through Hoops. Alright. Now I've got to hit start. I've got a 30mm cannon. See, that model looks so much sharper than I remember it being. One also interesting thing about streaming this is that the download is over 6 gigabytes. And that's quite insane. They must have all the regions with all the languages, all the voice acting. They must have all of that in one package. So I'm guessing that's why it's so big. So actually streaming it could be useful.
Follow the indicated path as fast and as safely as possible. Times are being recorded.
Oh god, that sound.
Good luck.
I remember that sound. So that's the analog stick. That was one gentle touch of the analog stick. Oh wow, that is so sensitive. D-pad. D-pad doesn't do anything, so perhaps it was an analog stick game. But that's so sensitive. I need to change that. Options. Settings. Control settings. Ah, nuts. It's just a remap. It's not a sensitivity thing. Let's see if Start has anything in game. Cockpit view. Full screen. Top down. Oh no, no, no. Don't like those either. Follow cam I've used before. But I like cockpit. And map we don't need. But so there's no options here for changing the controller. So I'm guessing it's up on the right. So how do we go? That's X. So it's, that squares reverse. Triangles accelerate. Okay. It is twitchy on the controls. Yeah, I'm like ever so gently touching the controls and not even going full speed. This is going to be difficult. Slow down. Go down. Yes, there does seem to be a stutter. I can see that. Going to slow down a little bit. I'm going really... Actually, it says triangle's afterburner. Maybe that's not accelerate. Yeah, the video quality is not the best, is it? And slow down. Stop. I've lost it. Where is it? Okay. Okay, so it's not saying afterburner, so perhaps we don't have a huge amount of acceleration, or if you hold it, it is. This we've got to do laps of this. Oh, up. I've lost it. I'm glad I did the training, because trying to do the game with this type of controls would have been crazy without experiencing it first. Sorry, this is new lab. Let's go faster. Just this will probably be the last lap we do, honestly. Just want to... It's like we've got that sound, it's like we're hitting it. I don't remember doing these much as a kid. I'm pretty sure I did do them. Like I said, it was a difficult game back then, and honestly I think that's what did G-Police in. Graphically, this looks quite nice. Kind of like a Descent style game, but 3D open world. And it didn't really sell. Especially compared to other Psygnosis games, especially like Wipeout. And it was graphics good, story good, cutscenes are really good. But yeah, it's just... From what I remember, it's like it pushed the PlayStation a tad too hard. And it just wasn't good enough. Ah, nuts. There we go. So why did I get the game? Honestly, box art and the pictures. It really was it. The box art is kind of cool for this game.
Good work, Slater.
So that's just going to basically keep going until we quit, essentially. Yeah, the box art and the pictures on the back do look cool. It's like a 3D game. Control. Is there anything we can do there about the twitchiness? Oh no, that said campaign, didn't it? Ah, nuts.
Okay, people, listen up. We all know that gang warfare has escalated rapidly in the past few months. We've been hit pretty hard by it. A lot of the weapons being used by the gangs are restricted military issue. We need to find out where this state-of-the-art firepower is coming from and neutralize the source. Recent information points to Krakow employees being involved in this weapons smuggling. The evidence is slight, however, and there is no clear motive for the corporation as a whole. I have expressed our concerns to their president, Natalie Argenta, who was naturally denied any involvement. Argenta is coming over on the next shuttle, which arrives in 4 days. I can't give an official directive here, but off the record, keep a close eye on Krakow activities. I think they're hiding something. As you're probably aware, Internal Affairs are now investigating us, so no foul-ups, no heroics, and definitely no friendly fire incidents. Understood? Keep your eyes open out there, do your job, and get back in one piece. We can't afford to keep losing pilots or gunships at this rate. Mission briefings are at 0500 hours tomorrow. Good luck, people. Dismissed.
And that's the in-game reason why you got to be good. And that's why I had trouble with this game.
Corporations is suspected of smuggling
It's
arms
friendly
into the
fire.
colony. Unfortunately, we are yet to determine which corporation is to blame. We have received certain details from an informant, suggesting that the latest shipment will be arriving on the next inbound transport. The inventory lists 10 cargo containers, which are to be loaded onto tractors and delivered to the appropriate shipping addresses.
There's a strange warping
Orders
on
are to
the
scan
crate.
incoming transports while attempting to identify the smugglers. Once the convoy leaves the spaceport, you must perform a weapons scan on all containers. If suspicious goods are present, continue to monitor the container until an arrest team arrives. In the event of a problem, do not open fire unless directly fired upon. Good luck.
So yeah, friendly fire is a little tricky in this game, as you see with the controls, it's a little rough. So that's what always got me a little bit, was the friendly fire. But yeah, I remember this mission. So these are our weapons. Hopefully we're going to be fine. Now there's been a lot of what looks like macro blocking. So instead of fine detail, kind of larger squares of colour. But I'm not entirely sure if it is macro blocking. Usually it's far more obvious. I'm just wondering if it's the game itself having a little bit of an issue. And it's visually looking at us like macro blocking. Oh wow, I remember. So that's down, that's up. So where are the waypoints? A little faster. So I'm guessing the big red arrow is where we need to go.
Control to Alpha Wing. Fly through the tunnel to the next dome. Over.
There we go.
Control to Alpha Wing. You have one unidentified craft in your vicinity. Over.
Let's get a little bit higher, away from the...
Destroy that fighter before you proceed.
Where? Where is it? It's up high. There it is. So circle, X. Okay, X does the gun. Oh, you can see how it's difficult it is to control this thing. And you can see how short how the draw distance isn't that good. Yeah, I hope you guys not getting motion sickness watching this. It crashed.
Good work, Slater.
Tunnel.
Control to Alpha Wing. Go through the tunnel to reach spaceport.
Let's get a little higher, away from everyone. Oh, something is on my radar. What's that? It's gone now. Aha, L1, L2 goes up and down. I guess in the green was just like a friendly ship, perhaps. R1 and R2 doesn't seem to do anything other than brake. See, that grey just then I think is from the streaming. Well, how do I do that? I'm guessing select. Select view. Square? No. Triangle? No. Circle? No. That's X. It's gotta be R, surely. So, I guess that's scan. I guess that's okay. That's R1 I'm pressing.
Control to Alpha Wing. Well done. Illegal arms found. Arrest team on the way. Ground team Epsilon reporting. We're on our way. Over.
Any others? Yeah, illegal.
Ground team Epsilon reporting. We are in position. Over.
I don't know if we're meant to do all these. I can't remember.
To Alpha Wing. There are 4 suspects in Devor Dome. Track them down and scan them. Over.
So civilians, so they're basically taking control. So we need to head off. Oh man, the draw distance is so bad. It's just as I kind of remember it, if I'm honest. I think what I'm getting from this, looking back at it in hindsight,
Control to Alpha Wing. You have more hostiles incoming. Over.
is that this is like a PC game on PlayStation. The way the cutscenes are done kind of reminds me of like PC games. No more hostiles, but I don't see anyone. There they are. Oh man. Let's lock on. Oh, lost a bit of health. It's a civilian. So is that the thing shooting at me? Yeah, it is. I should probably try one of the other weapons. That'll do. Okay, the heat seek. Excellent. Come back here. Done.
Nice job.
So where's this tunnel? Here it is. Yeah, I should be using L1 and L1 and L2 for more height stuff.
Vehicles must be scanned and identified before they are lost. Over.
Alright, so
Commence scan.
remember R1's the scan.
Innocent. Do not destroy.
Whoops. Got to remember. Where are these missiles? These are cool ones. Let's try rocket, I suppose. Oh. Huh, trophies. Where did this guy go? Ha! Basically shot at it from underneath. It's gonna die now.
Good work.
Switch to cannons. Let's go down. I think the truck, that might be it for this area. Keep going. I think we gotta head to the next dome. Oh no. You scan faster if you're actually looking at it.
Innocent, do not destroy. 2 down, 2 to go.
Where's the other one then? Yeah, since that... Oh, I guess it's the white dot on the map. She's attacking me right next to the G Police headquarters. Idiots. Thing is, I don't want to keep using up all the missiles, all the cool stuff. I keep thinking there's going to be some bigger battle I'm going to have to do. Come on. Basically, you want to be careful not to attack civilians, because I'm pretty sure there's like some sort of score at the end of this. Yeah, see, that's a weird little bug that I don't think... I'll continue attacking first if you don't mind. Gotta find the little guy. Where did he go? Whoops. Where is he? There you are. It's gone high. Whoops. Gotcha. Alright.
Nice job.
So we'll go back down now. Find the vehicles that we were looking for. You see, the map isn't... There's a little bit of macro blocking. Like, the map doesn't give us enough information. I think... No, that's a point on the arrow, isn't it? That dot right in front of me. So we've got to find it. I'm pretty sure one of these stages is timed. That's what I got like a memory of. One of these Ghibli stages having a time limit. I think one of them's like an escort mission as well. I think the music's pretty cool. I don't remember if I ever tried putting this into a CD player.
Innocent, do not destroy.
Oh, where's the other one then? It's a white dot.
3 down, 1 to go. It's gotta be the next one.
Yeah, that's how odds work. So I'm guessing this was the white dot. Aha! I got that one.
Good work, Slater.
Yeah, I see it on the map. Somewhere over here. Yeah, collision. It's not... You can't go up close to the buildings you may like. So where is it?
Commence scan. Control to Alpha 1. We have a positive weapons
Yeah, I just hit that car. I gotta head up. Health's getting low. Oh, we got the warning in the corner there. That's just a warning. That's not saying we have to get off just yet. I keep wanting to use the right analog stick, but the right analog stick is terrible. Okay. I'm already getting confuddled with these controls. Because there's no lock on. You probably have gathered that already, but there's no lock on. This is a game that would benefit heavily from modern controls.
Control to Alpha Wing. Ground Team Epsilon have been eliminated. Over.
First day, successful. Phew, I'm almost exhausted here. It's nice that there are trophies. Because of some games not having them when this whole PS1 on PS4 and PS5 launched, I'm not always expecting it. Oh, it's password base. That could also be why I never really finished it. Hit ratio 25%. Sure, I'll take that. No secondary objectives. Okay. Where was Ground Team Epsilon? Were they at the containers?
It is confirmed that the container was carrying sufficient illegal arms to supply a small army. Krakow Corporation denies involvement. However, it is clear that we should be aware of the possibility of corrupt elements operating within Callisto's infrastructure.
I think what I get from the store page is that there is a lot of levels in this game. Save mission. Yeah, this has to be the save. Yeah, there we go. Check for memory cards. Mission 2. I think I want to say the game says like 50 missions. So we've got a long way to go. Anything else in training we need to do? Chase, sea course. Let's try a chase. I think this is definitely a game, but more practice is what you need. Definitely a practice makes perfect, especially with how twitchy the controls are. There has to be a patch coming to this game that's going to fix the controls to make them less twitchy, or at least give us the option somewhere to change it. Try to keep as close to each of the other Havocs. Not easy to say because it is triangle accelerate and square slow down, L1 up, L2 down, as well as the left analog stick. X is attack, circle doesn't seem to do it much. So yeah, it's a weird control layout that you gotta get used to. I'm pretty sure there are audio issues. That little tss, tss, I am hearing it as well. Oh god, we're off.
He's getting away.
So hit triangle twice for afterburners, essentially. Oh man, this is so twitchy. There we go, lock onto them just in case we ever lose them. Yes, that was a stream tear, that grey. It's like you make one move on the controller and you're kind of want to then having to adjust for it, and then you have to adjust the adjustments. It's like you're mostly constantly moving. So who's next? Okay, so we're not doing too bad.
To engage forward afterburners, double press and hold the thrust button. Once you release the thrust button, the Havoc will remain at its maximum cruise velocity.
Well, we know that. We learned that ourselves. Again, this is the tutorial on the game, and I know it because I played it before, but that doesn't mean it's a good thing that the tutorial's right here. Whoa! But the game does have an in-game reason why there's no tutorial. It's because we are ex-soldier, we are ex-military, we know how to use these machines. So the game has used the story to explain quite a lot of how it works. So like, our attacks don't do that much damage to the enemy because it's old equipment we're using. That probably means we're not as maneuverable, probably means we don't have as much health. I've lost it.
He's getting away!
Not on my watch.
You lost him, Slater!
I did not. What? See? I failed the training. Now what happens? Crash and burned, sure. Ah. I gotta get used to this look camera being weird. So yeah, there is macro blocking, but because the game is so dark, it's not as big of a problem. It mostly appears to happen on the floor, so underneath us, and a little bit into the background. So I guess that works to the game's advantage. And with the draw distance being so small, so close to us, it refreshes quickly, so a lot of the macro blocking seems to be up for like a couple of seconds before a whole new background's available and clears it. So again, not purposely designed for macro blocking or to deal with it, but happy little accident. No, come on. I want finer controls, but the D-pad doesn't do it. There might be a way to change that. There we go.
To engage forward afterburners, double press and hold the thrust button.
There we go.
Once
Caught
you
up.
release the thrust button, the Havoc will remain at its maximum cruise velocity.
Yeah, it's like that when you turn, you always seem to point upwards.
You lost him, Slater!
He's right here. How did I lose him? What are you talking about, game? He's been here the whole time. Game changer changing the thing on me. Well, how about we perhaps try one more mission and then that'll be in the video. But I have a feeling some of these missions get quite long, so I'm a little wary about that. Oh, don't give me this. Oops. Ah, I can't skip it. So that became Novus medium, so I guess those are going to be a hard one that we didn't get to. Yeah, back out of that. Continue. Try one more.
Forensic inspection of the transport wreckage has revealed a document marked with a delivery ID. This has since been traced to a warehouse on the east side. We are sending an arrest team to raid the premises. You must provide air support. Remain close to the team at all times.
Yes.
Defend them against hostiles, and ensure that you do not hit any of our units.
This is probably what I meant by the... I'm pretty sure I can't change any of this. This is just telling me what we have. Okay, how do I use this one? I am surprised that there is loading. If I'm honest, I do remember it taking a little while on PlayStation. I kind of have that memory or that feeling. But even now, I'm surprised that this takes as long to load as it does. Whoa. Right, there you are. Where's the other one? Is there another one? Are they moving? Hey guys. Yes, there is. Where is it? Gotcha.
Good work, Slater. Ground Team Delta to Alpha Wing. We are on our way. Keep area clear.
See how intense and straight that was? Something I've noticed since living here in Yokohama is that some of these buildings, especially the tall ones, look like Landmark Tower here.
Control to Alpha Wing. You have 2 unidentified craft in your vicinity. Over.
Whoa, that's some horrible macro blocking. Ah, get back here. Where do you go? Ah, so twitchy. Well, you just go down. Aha! Why won't you just stop and die? Okay, is that one? Where's the other one? I have lost the police. There they are. Have we just got 2 left now? Ah, I must hit the building and not the thing. I can't believe we've just got 2 left.
Ground Team Delta to Alpha Wing. We are on our way. Keep area clear.
I know, you guys are so fragile. Oh, we gotta go through this. I've lost it. Haha. One down. Where's the other one? Whoa. Come on. I don't have many rockets left. Okay. How many cores have we got left? Still got the 2.
Ground team Delta reporting. We're on our way. Over.
Where are they? Still ahead of me? Okay. How many more are we going to have to deal with?
Arrest team Delta to Alpha 1. Raid has commenced. Provide covering fire. Over.
There's a turret.
Watch out for those turrets, Slater.
Why are there turrets?
Arrest team Delta to Alpha 1. 2 suspect vehicles have been observed retreating from rear of building. Use your EPP and apprehend them. Over. Control to Alpha Wing. EPP those cars before they escape.
I know, but I got my own trouble here. Ah! I'm okay. That's difficult, and I would like to start again and try and just generally try and do better. I got a civilian kill. Oh no. Yeah, there's no way to skip this. Alright, let's save game and save. Basically, just do both saves because this is just fun for me to use this. And again, options on the controller. Save. Oh no, save. Save. Yeah, so what we do now, we're going to go to the PS4's internet speed test so we can see what we're working with today. So, let's head there now. So on PS4, you go to network, and you go to test internet connection. Now for me, my internet is wired to the router, but I do live in an apartment building. So upload speed, we've had that lower than that, we've had it much higher. So yeah, G-Please has a fundamental control issue, and that is far too twitchy. So what I'm going to try and do is leave part 2 as close as I can to the upload, in the hope that perhaps they're going to fix it, or give us an option to change it somehow. It's as hard as I remember, difficult to control as I remember, and looks just as I remember, if I'm honest. The draw distance thing, yeah, it must have been that bad when I was younger. I am pretty sure I've done that mission, and I'm pretty sure there's a couple other missions after that I have done before, but I can't really remember the specifics. So if you guys have played it either this way or on the PS1, feel free to talk about it in the comments. As a game being streamed, because it is an emulated PS1 game on PS4 and PS5, you have the instant save option, which makes this instantly a good game to stream. But the game itself, I think I'd rather stream it than download it, mostly because of how big the download size is. If you remember, it's like 6 gigabytes, or more than 6 gigabytes. As a streaming game, the macro blocking is an issue, but it quickly disappears because the background quickly changes as it's basically drawn in as we progress. When it got really bad, because our gunship or our police vehicle is so big and so are the enemies, it wasn't that bad. I could still, what we saw, I could still aim and still attack and defeat it. So there is a positive there, that if there is macro blocking, because of the size of everything, it's still, you can still make out what's happening, but you're mostly fighting with the controls rather than it being a streaming game. So, on one hand, yes, it's a good streaming game. On the other hand, it's not. It's kind of, I guess it depends on how much your nostalgia is. So we'll come back for part 2 and see if it's a better streaming experience, and hopefully come back and see if it's a better game playing experience. But I am not going to hold out hope for that. What I might do is I might download it and just see if there are updates before I play next time. And then next time we will actually stream it. So until that video, or until I see you checking out some of the other videos, playlists, YouTube shorts, or maybe I'll see you over at Ko-fi. That's a small YouTube channel. We get no money from YouTube, but with Ko-fi we can get donations, and that includes PayPal. But we also have a couple of subscription tiers as well, so maybe one of them will interest you. But wherever or whenever I see you again, please take care.